Hey sweetie, so today I'm going to do a request video. This was a request from one of my subscribers who wanted to know how I wash and clean my brushes. So I know that there's a lot of videos out there on how people clean or wash their brushes on a daily basis, but I think mine is just a little different, so I'm going to show you. These are some brushes that, are a little dirty, but I can just spot clean them. Sorry, my dog keeps barking. Oh, she's on a rant today. Okay, so I'm going to spot clean these brushes, and what I use to spot clean is the Sephora, it's the Sephora brand spot cleaner for brushes. And what I do is I just take, tissue or a hand towel, and we'll start with this one. It's the pencil brush, and I just lay it on here on the tissue and just spray the bristles so the tissue gets kind of wet like that. And then I just, swirl the brush. That's what it looks like. It just took the excess off. And then, it's pretty clean, but I mean, I only use this for dark colors, so it's stained from, several uses, but it's clean. But just to make sure, I always do it a second time, and then I just swirl the brush to make sure that, the brush is clean. And then the second time, which is right here, is clean. And this is what the brush should look like. So that's how I spot clean my brushes, and then I'll show you how I, deep clean my brushes. Okay, sweetie, so this is my sink area, and this is where I wash, or deep clean my brushes, which are usually once a week. But if my brushes are really soiled with like a lot of, foundation or eyeshadow, I'll wash them that same day. And I know this is, not common, but I use the Bath & Body Works antibacterial hand soap. Now, I know people are going to say, that's not good, how can you do that? But I've been using this method for over a year now, and my brushes are not falling apart, they're not, the texture of the brush hasn't changed, and, I'm kind of a germaphobe, so I like using the antibacterial. So what I do is I just take a little in my hand, turn on the water, and then I just swirl the brush in here in my hand so it can get all the, excess foundation off. And I just keep doing that, and then I'll rinse my hand a little bit, and I'll keep doing that back and forth until the, the water runs clear and all the soap has gotten out of the brush. Now this is really dirty, so I'm going to take it a second time, swirl it, and then rinse it off. And that's how I wash my foundation brushes. I'll go ahead and do an eyeshadow brush next, and then I just take the excess water out, and then all I do is I take a hand towel like this, and then just, pat the brush in there to take the excess water out, and then I'll just lay it on there until it dries. Now here is my Low Cornell eyeshadow brush, and as you can see, it's pretty dirty. So I do the same thing again, put the soap in my hand, turn on the water, and then just swirl the brush. And it takes all the color out. I'll rinse my hand a little bit. and then just swirl the brush in there. And I'll just, squeeze the water that's in there. Again, tap it off on the towel and then just lay it on there. And that's how I clean my brushes. And then I'll just wait, like, if I need to use them, I'll wait about a half an hour to 45 minutes. But I usually wait, the whole night and then use them the next day. So if you have any questions, just send me a message. Take care, sweeties. Bye.